Good morning, everybody. Just doing my daily update. Everything is looking good. I'm not sure if I should trim back this big huge plant in the middle here, the mystery seed plant, because it is going into my basil here, my other herbs, or maybe I should just plant my herbs over here and see how they do. I need to do something about this area because, as you can see, it's super flooded here and all the water just kind of pools there, so I do need to make a better path for the water to go. Yeah, everything's looking good. Looks like I have a lot of growth here. My pumpkins. My other pumpkin. Zucchinis. None of the blossoms have opened up yet, but they are getting there. Definitely getting there quickly. And then, like in my last video, I do have some different little flower buds that popped up on my tomato plant, so I'm super excited to see that. See those appearing there, because that's a good indication that I might get some tomatoes out of these plants. I wasn't sure if that would happen or not, but it's pretty cool. I do have like a mama lizard that lives over here, which I'm also really happy about because the lizard will be good. Lizards are great to have in your garden because they eat, bugs that are bad, that we don't want. So hopefully she has a lot of babies over here and they eat all the bad bugs. And yeah, over here mangoes are doing good. I actually have more mangoes, believe it or not, inside that I'm going to try and sprout, and that variety is the Tommy Atkins variety. So I have the Kit, Kent, Carrie, and then Tommy Atkins, and we're gonna see how they do out here. Not expecting any fruit to appear from these guys, at least not for, I don't know, a few years. Eventually I want to plant them in the ground, but I am going to have to do a little bit of preparation for that. And I am going to have to map that out where I want these trees to be in my yard. Apparently, figs, dates, and nuts grow really well in Arizona because the soil here does have a lot of calcium, and those are plants that require a lot of calcium for them to do well. So I was also thinking about eventually trying to grow like an Indian almond leaf or Indian almond tree. For those of you that aren't aware, Indian almond leaves or catappa leaves are super beneficial to fish. So if I do have like a catappa tree over here somewhere by like where I want to put my pond, and the leaves happen to fall into the pond and give it shade, that wouldn't be so bad because those leaves are actually, they have like antibacterial properties, and and they're really good to put in your tank for that. Usually if you use catappa leaves in your tank, which I've used for like my betta, they just help make it so that your fish doesn't get sick. It releases tannins in the water that are super beneficial, and maybe I'll do a video on what you can add to your fish tanks that are natural like that to help keep any type of disease away. Because there are a few things that you can do that don't require using like chemicals or medication in your tank. Like, I'm not a big fan of using chemicals in my tank or any type of medication. I would rather just have really good water parameters and naturally try and increase the quality of my water and, you know, build up the beneficial bacteria and make sure everything is balanced. And there's definitely ways that you can do that without using any type of chemicals, even water conditioners. I stopped using like Prime, the water conditioner in my fish tanks, because I'm just using an RV filter on my hose, and it's activated carbon, so it filters out a lot of like the chlorine, chloramines, and that way I don't have to add anything or spend any additional money on water conditioners, because it's not like a huge expense, but it is still something that when you have multiple tanks you end up buying a lot of it. So that actually does help me save money in the long run. And I learned about using like an RV filter from my turtle group, one of my turtle groups on Facebook, because you're not supposed to use any type of water conditioner for turtles. They do have a different like parameter requirements than fish, because they actually drink some of the water and they have a different structure than fish, so the chemistry is a little bit different requirements for what they need. So that was really cool. I didn't know about RV filters, but they're pretty affordable, and I got one and I've been using that. It's been working great. No more water conditioner. And I don't have the best like tap water quality. We have city water here and it's very hard, and I wouldn't drink the water that comes out of my tap. So that's another thing. It's like you don't have to, like, even if you do have like hard water or just city water, you can use an RV filter and it will help filter out, you know, whatever's going on there if you don't have the best water quality. And then plants always help. That's why all of my tanks will have some type of plant in them, whether that's pothos or bamboo hanging off the back or just regular aquatic plants. I try and use a lot of plants as natural filtration for my tanks, and that works really well too. Filters out a lot of the nitrates and keeps things healthy. I haven't lost any fish in a long time, so I think that's a pretty good sign that the quality has definitely improved. And I'm just more educated and aware of, you know, how to maintain my tanks. So you definitely don't need to use any type of water conditioners in your tanks. And even medications, a lot of the medications will do more harm than good to your fish. So it really depends on what they have going on though too. But you can do natural things. You can use natural things like even salt baths for your fish, depending on what type of disease or illness they have. And that's a little bit more gentle on them than some of these products that are sold in the stores that are, a lot of them, very harsh, and people overuse them. Their fish end up dying. It's just not great. So definitely you just want to keep your tank balanced, clean, use the least amount of chemicals as possible, and you'll have a healthy tank. I kind of went on a long rant and ramble there, so I'm gonna wrap this up because I got stuff that I need to get done, but everything's looking good. Bell peppers don't seem to be growing Maybe that's because the zucchini is completely taking over. I think they liked the shade at first, but now it's like too much. So, yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here, and I'll see you guys in the next one.